Are Loewe handbags worth it? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for the love of. Today I am checking out our Loewe handbags worth it? Now before I get started, if you like the content on this channel, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for considering, and on with the video. So I feel like Loewe has really made a revival over the last few years and has made many moves with like new handbags coming out on a regular basis that has really taken the handbag world by storm. Is Loewe the next big brand? And I want to talk about the question, is it worth it? I think when we're looking at Loewe handbags, it definitely exudes that quiet luxury, and I can see why it's gaining traction and its reputation and being one of the hottest fashion house at the moment. It does have like a really modern but yet timeless look. With that said, Loewe is not a brand new brand to the market. It's been founded in Spain since 1846, and that's a total of 177 years of history. That's amazing. With this like attention to detail and this rich history, being one of Europe's oldest leather houses, I can see why it's slowly kind of surfacing and people are discovering Loewe as one of the it fashion houses to shop at. I think it does have like kind of symbolic for elegance and refinement, and I love how a lot of the handbags that they have are more minimalistic and fly under the radar despite their reputation. Out of all the luxury brands right now, I feel like Loewe is one of my favorites because the designs are so unique and like imaginative. It's just like carrying a piece of art. But it's worthy to note that Loewe is owned by the luxury giant LVMH, which has like a treasure trove of resources that help boost its kind of recent success, especially with Loewe being part of LVMH, part of like the number of brands like Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Christian Dior that are like all really big name brands in the luxury world. But I think that Loewe have a lot to kind of back up its success. This includes like the gorgeous leathers and the designs that are just simply fantastic. So for this video, I want to focus, is it worth it? I mean, we talk about the impeccable quality, the unique shape, the beautiful hues and saturations of color, but are Loewe handbags worth it? They are not cheap after all. I think some of the handbags design definitely defies the typical luxury stereotype. I don't find their handbags are necessarily logo heavy, which I really love, but their handbags are definitely not on the cheaper side. I mean, let's start with their classic puzzle bag. It's like their signature handbag, right? It was first released in the men's spring collection in 2015 show in Paris. It takes approximately 9 pieces of leather to kind of precisely patchwork it together, so it's a pretty arduous process. It's available in lots of different types of leathers, including calfskin, pebble calfskin, goat skin, lots of different sizes like regular, small, mini, and nano, just to kind of fit like all the niches for kind of all handbag audience. If you're interested in learning more about the Loewe puzzle bag and comparing the different sizes, I have a separate video in my YouTube channel that you can check out. But I feel like it's a really modern style that features this beautiful geometric shape and very universal handbag for both men and women. But with that said, the price tag is not cheap for Loewe. If you look at the mini puzzle bag, it's on average around $3,470, and that's the mini size. The small size is $4,750, and then if you look at just like the regular Loewe puzzle bag, it's around $5,290. So definitely not a light price tag for handbags you can pick up at Loewe right now. So that's roughly like the range for one of its more iconic handbags if you're looking to purchase from Loewe. But definitely there's like 3 main reasons, or maybe 4, that really help people gravitate towards the brand and help, I think, for some people justify whether it's worth it or not. So the first one is definitely the quality and exquisite craftsmanship. Loewe is known for being meticulously good with paying attention to the detail. The quality is there. You can see it in the bags, especially if you have an opportunity to kind of check out some of those handbags in the store. The leather is just like really premium material, very buttery, soft calfskin. Of course, it's not like half the fame associated with Hermes, granted, but I think it like has really impeccable, amazing craftsmanship, even without the Hermes branding. Overall, I do find the handbags are very durable and like very sturdy and practical at the same time. Next, I want to talk about the unique and innovative designs. The shapes are often classic enough that they will never go out of style, but they do push the creative boundaries. I do find that there's a lot of unique handbags that if you are in the know and you see it, you know that is a Loewe handbag. Generally, I do find that the shapes and sizes, there's just so much variety to choose from, including like variation in colors. I feel like you're not only buying a handbag, but you're investing into like extraordinary piece of art. In terms of durability, I mentioned about how good durability, you don't necessarily need to baby your Loewe handbags. Do you find that they last for years or maybe perhaps even generations? So that's definitely a pro associated with Loewe. Next, I want to talk about how understated and under the radar the handbags are. I find that a lot of people may not take the plunge on the handbag because they're not as recognizable. Like sometimes if you want to buy a designer handbag, some people want to show that they have the prestige associated with it, or maybe like to show that they're able to afford some of these handbags. But I don't think it's the case for everyone. I think people who love Loewe love it because it's a little bit more understated and under the radar, and people don't recognize it as a luxury brand right away if you're not in the know. You know it because of the quality, how beautifully made it is, how beautifully crafted, unlike like mass-produced mainstream designer bags that you will find and easily identify otherwise. Keep in mind, we're buying quality handbags for ourselves, not for other people to know what we're carrying. I love how Loewe is understated enough that people don't realize what the brand is unless you're in the know. And we're not there to carry handbags to impress other people. Next, I want to talk about target audience. I do find that Loewe do target a younger audience given some of the collaborations that they have, including their collaboration with Studio Ghibli, like with Spirited Away and also with Howl's Moving Castle. I do find that's the trend associated with it. That's not to say that Loewe is not open to audience of the older generation. I just find that for now it's targeting like the new up and coming generation that will be handbag collectors in the future, which I think is really smart. Commitment to sustainability and responsible practice. Having sustainable materials are usually more expensive and takes more time and efforts to produce, process, and manufacture. And I think that's part of the reason is reflected in the price of the handbags that you get from Loewe. I mean, they have launched a new nature collection, which works on laboratory for sustainable practices of reducing the group's CO2 emission. They source leather from tanneries certified by LWG, which is Leather Working Group. They also work with environmentally and socially conscious suppliers, limiting their environmental impacts. And these are all things that you can't necessarily account for when you're buying a handbag from Loewe. These are like things are not as tangible. I think consumers are caring more about responsible practice and where the money going towards than previously. Resale value. At the current time, Loewe's resale value is not great in the pre-loved market. definitely can't get above what you buy it for, but with the regular price increases and the resources that LVMH is pushing to push the success of Loewe, I don't know how that will change in the future. I certainly see a lot of potential given the fresh and new design and all the handbag lovers that Loewe is attracting. So at the end of the day, is Loewe worth it? Is it worth buying a handbag from this brand? I think it's the definite yes, given the quality, the exquisite craftsmanship, the unique design, how more minimalistic and like under the radar and the quiet luxury trend that we're heading towards. I think Loewe is only gonna grow more and more in terms of popularity. So if you are into a handbag at Loewe right now with the regular price increases, this is probably the best time to buy right now because the prices will only get higher. I do note that some of the newer designs are not as detail oriented and more towards like cutting down costs on manufacturing. So if you're able, maybe get a hold of some of the more unique traditional designs that they have. But I think right now at this time, Loewe handbags is definitely worth it if you love the bag. Hopefully it's a handbag that you will purchase and you will use and have good price per wear. Well, I would love to hear from you at this point. What do you think about Loewe? Do you think it's worth it? Have you purchased a handbag from this brand and are you in love with it? Well, that's it for now. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. And with that said, thank you for joining me on another mommy review and I'll see you next time. Take care and stay safe everyone. Bye for now.